Here we go. Hey, I'm back. I'm alive. I'm alive.
It feels it has been quite some time since we've had just like a normal stream.
Yeah. I guess with John here and then me gone the last 2 weeks. It doesn't even feel like it was 2 weeks that I was gone. But
It
really,
definitely was.
it was. It was. But I mean, it did like it. I tried to make it last week, but I had to travel to Indianapolis to
You got home like 10:30 or something anyway, right?
yeah, and I thought I was gonna be home earlier than that,
Yeah.
but we ended up since it was like the first event of this season, and we had kind of like a debrief after, in lieu of having a virtual meeting the following day. We just did it while we were all there in person. So by the time I got home, I was just like, I just can't. So and then the week before that, of course, I was in Florida. I was gone all week for filming a bunch of stuff for these set of events that are coming up, and then I just stayed a couple days because it was Easter. So I mean, I definitely want to thank the crew from the JRPG Pursuit podcast and Henry Clark for jumping in my stead while I was gone. I really
Yeah.
appreciate it. Thank you.
Well, we had good times anyway.
Yes, exactly. And it's May 4th. I was thinking about playing some Star Wars stuff, and then Troy messaged me and said, "Hey, you should play some of the Star Wars." I was like, "Well, I'll play the old Dark Forces remaster." I played the first couple levels.
Quattro de Mayo is that
What?
is that how you would say it? Is it Quattro?
de Mayo? Yeah, well,
Quattro de Mayo?
yeah. Except for I think Cinco de Mayo is like actually
Yeah, well, I know
like
that's
a real thing.
that's what I'm
But
playing on, but
it is.
that's what I'm playing on and failing apparently.
Okay, so I'm quieter. I had to adjust my levels recently, so it's just because of placement and everything. Because actually, we recorded a episode of Here's My Question for You the podcast
No way.
on Friday, so that should be out. I assume tomorrow. So, what I miss? Like a bloodbath in the gaming media. Just I don't know. It seems like everything's falling apart. I put that we were streaming tonight. I put it on our Blue Sky because we were put in a starter pack of like game journalism and media related people.
Oh,
and we got like 2.5 thousand additional followers in the last couple
crazy.
days. So,
yes. Mr. Do says you missed the lore behind my Elder Scrolls character name.
yeah. What I did not watch the stream at all. I apologize. Like I didn't even go through.
No, that's fine. That's fine. I mean, you don't really have any Elder Scrolls experience anyway,
right?
So you don't really have much frame of reference. I always make my character in Elder Scrolls an Argonian, which is like a lizard race, because mainly because they can swim underwater without needing air.
Yeah.
And in Dragon Quest VIII, do you remember that there was that one city called Argonia? And you like have to deal with this like really annoying prince. His name is like Charmels, but he always insists that it's supposed to be Chamlay. And like I forget which party member, but like at least one of your party members calls him Prince Charmless.
Oh,
and since he is the Prince of Argonia, and I play Argonian in Elder Scrolls, I always name my Argonian Charmless.
after that character.
After Dragon Quest VIII, yes.
Yeah, that's fun. That's fun. There's a couple of donations. I see the Tilb Toast had a early $5 Canadian. Just saying blah.
Like I don't. Is that like a Dracula blah? Like a blah?
Count Chocula.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and start the game because why not, right?
Yeah,
Because
do it,
they
do
were gonna
it,
catch
do
up.
it. And as
Okay.
you get going on your Star Wars, and there was Enchilada with a $10 super chat. Thank you.
Enchiladas.
Saying, may the 4th be with you all. I had planned on playing something Star Wars today, but help, Expedition 33 is too much fun. Hard to break away. Those dark forces are such a pushover. I amazingly, I looked earlier and it looked like, at least when I looked, let me check here, actually. Amazon.
There's a lot of different options in here. I played a fair amount of the.
Okay.
I'm just
okay. So Amazon is letting you place an order for Expedition 33 again. Oh, hey, there's Mon Mothma. We were just talking about Mon Mothma.
Yeah. Try just watched the Andor series. Oh, just stuff going on my controller.
I just finished watching season 1 and watched the first 3 of season 2. And when I got on the call with Coury, I was saying, Mon Mothma must have like the most miserable existence of anyone in the galaxy. Like, nothing she has to do seems any fun at all.
So it skipped over the opening. I was hoping that it would show me the intro, but it didn't. Doesn't really matter. Can I just like abort mission and start like later on where I got to before? Is anybody gonna care if I start at a Nowat city? Does anybody care?
I mean, if you think you know what you're doing. I did play. I played the first like several levels of this. I played the Switch version when I was at John's house last year. He was working on his Dark Forces review, and I helped him record some Switch footage. So I played like, I don't know, 4 or 5 levels of the Switch version, and it's very good. The thing that I remember being most like weird is like, you really have to pay attention, like what are your objectives for the level, and then like when you get back to the ship, if I'm not mistaken, you have to like enter the menu and like choose like exit the menu.
Oh, okay.
Like or like exit the, like, because you like your objective is like get back to the ship.
Yeah.
And I could be remembering that a little wrong. Does anyone remember if I'm sort of right there or not? Like, I think it's some like which sounds like an old PC game kind of thing. Like, okay, now I go into the menu and choose next level or something. Like you can in theory just keep wandering the level after you get back to your ship, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, Henry Clark says, at the end of every mission you have to manually exit from the menu. That was a little weird to me. That probably made sense to PC gamers and
I was hoping I could get the sound not come out of my controller.
I mean, I think it's kind of fun.
Yes, and
like I actually thought that was like really fun in Quake.
I mean, I just don't want
because
it
especially because Drum and I played Quake 2 co-op, and so it was really fun, like having vertical split screen. I was sitting on the left, he was sitting on the right, and like I could hear the sound come from his controller to the right. Yeah. It was actually surprisingly immersive.
And I would normally have it on, but I just don't want it on for right now.
Mm-hmm. But anyway, back to Claire Obscura. It looked like for a little bit there you could not. Amazon didn't allow you to order a copy, but it looks like the option is back up, and I can confirm. I ordered a copy from Amazon on Monday, and it said that it wouldn't ship until like the 3rd or 4th week of May. Now it says ship May 23rd to June 14th, but it was delivered today.
That's so interesting that it would. It just feels like it would take them. If they got the reprint done already, that's kind of crazy that they're able to do it so quick.
What I'm kind of curious about, and I don't know if it's feasible for. I don't know if it's feasible for like a return to have gotten back into the inventory this quickly, but what I got was a sealed copy, but the disc was loose, which like a lot of people, like especially I would imagine like sealed collectors, like can be real picky about that. I don't care. Like, I mean, you know, modern Blu-rays are extremely durable. They don't really scratch up. So it's like never damages the disc in my experience, and so
Yeah.
I don't care about that. I'm not worried about that.
It's not like the little hub thing is all that sharp or anything either.
No, not in the PS5 case. But yeah, so I was like, well, whatever. That's fine. But my point is, I wonder if it could have been returned due to loose disc, and you know, like,
Yeah, but
like
they're already
I
showing.
wonder if that's why they had more inventory, even though it was like sold out.
Yeah, but if they're already showing, you know, like that it's shipping that quick. You said it's showing that it's like it will ship like relatively quick right now, right?
Well, no, not relatively quick. I mean, it looks like 3 to 5 weeks.
Oh, okay. So yeah, it sounds like you got real lucky.
Yeah, Dave. It sounds like your volume is maybe needs adjustment, or maybe you draw your mic closer to you or something.
Yeah, or let me know if that's better. I mean, as long as I'm not like peaking or I'm not blown out, let me know if this sounds a lot better.
SD Master Yo says, this was my first PC game ever. Watching Coury try to figure out this level is painful. I play hundreds of times. This level is a little weird. I remember when I was playing it last year, John was kind of guiding me through it. Like, you have to like open up like different sections of the sewers and like collect or move switches or something. Like, you should probably look at your actual objective list.
Yeah, it's just right here, so it's fine. I got my weapons. My objective is just find the Imperial Weapons Engineer, Moff Rebus.
Moff Rebus.
Moff Rebus.
Wait, an engineer Moff Rebus? I didn't think a Moff. I think an engineer could be a Moff. Engineer sounds like a lowly job for a Moff. There was also $2 super chat from Dad1153. Thank you. Saying, welcome back, prodigal, not quite son of Skywalker.
The son of Carl, rather.
The son of Carl. Could you imagine if it was
Carl.
or Anakin Carl, Luke Carl.
The training droids. See, I barely played this one. I played Dark Forces 2 a whole bunch. Oh, just put me back. I'll head back here.
There was $5 from Cade the Squirrel. Thank you.
Thank you.
Saying, you'll be happy to hear I have been converted into an Ease fan. Any favorites? I'm currently playing through Oath and Felghana on PSP via my PS Vita. It's pretty ballin'.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, Oath and Felghana is really high up there. My favorite's 8. But Oath is my favorite of that style of game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Oath of Felghana is very high up there. You know, I feel like I might have. I think I brought this up I believe when the JRPG Pursuit crew was on.
Yeah.
I feel like I talked about this recently. I kind of feel like, I mean, first of all, you have to keep in mind that I have yet to play through an Ys game newer than this.
Oh yeah, you haven't played like a new style, I guess. New style.
I haven't played a new style. Well, I haven't played anything newer than Memories of Celceta. And I feel like the hardcore Ys fans don't really like talk about Memories of Celceta. That feels like for like the Ys hardcore, that was maybe more of a miss, but I really liked it.
Well,
I really liked it.
Yeah, it was fine. It was good.
It's the same gameplay as Ys 7, but I thought Ys 7 had like a lot of padding. Because you had to like revisit like the main dungeons a couple of times, like later in the game. Like there was definitely some backtracking that felt a little annoying.
Oh, I see what's going on here. Yeah, I like Celceta. I only played through it once though. I can't remember too much about it.
Same. I don't think I've replayed any Ys, but I thought I liked it more, and I think I brought it up because it's kind of in some ways a similar concept to Xenoblade Chronicles X, where it's a lot about like mapping uncharted territory, and I really enjoy that kind of concept.
Yeah,
I enjoy the feeling of like
filling in the map. I like filling in
the map, like not just filling in the map, but like filling in the map that like you are creating, like no one knows about this place.
Yeah. Oh, jeez.
I really enjoy that kind of story, I guess. That kind of setup.
Right.
So I got a lot out of that aspect of Celceta, and I thought the core gameplay was good, and it didn't have like the backtracking problem that 7 had. But I am looking forward to playing 7. It remains on my 2023 pledge list.
I wish that I could. I wish that there would be like a non-PC port of 7. So I'd like to. I'd really like to replay that one. I played that one when I had my cyst out like years ago. And I was bedridden for many nights or many weeks.
Yeah. You've got so many memories revolving around your cyst removal.
Yeah, it was that, and I played some I played that. I played Earthbound.
Oh man!
And I played Bastion.
What a time!
Yeah, right. Like those 3 games are forever tied to that experience.
Yeah, I remember I was playing. I definitely not the same kind of cyst, but like I definitely had like a nasty tailbone cyst when I was like 15, and it was just really painful. And I didn't have to have anything dramatic done to get rid of it like you did. But do you have a flashlight? Surely you've got some kind of light or something.
Now I got a map.
Can you do a map? Oh, there you go.
Filling in that map.
I remember that map coming up. That's not map coming up. That's cyst coming up when I was playing Brave Fencer Musashi.
Oh, when you had
I remember sitting on the couch. You know that like grandma couch that I sit on sometimes when I've like called in from my parents' house?
Sorta, yeah.
You know the one I'm talking about. It's like everyone comments on like what a grandma couch that is. I love that couch.
Does it have it has a floral pattern on it?
Yes, it's like
Okay.
it's like I don't really know how to describe it, but like the actual fabric. But it's like it's like tan with like it's not really floral. It's like leaves or something. But anyway, that was at the time my main gaming seat, and I remember sitting on the couch playing Brave Fencer Musashi. I'm like, man, my butt hurts. It was yeah.
Jeez. Well, I'm back here. I found my way back to the ship.
Oh, so did you complete your objectives?
No, I don't think so.
At least you know how to get back to the
I'm
ship.
just getting attacked by probe droids like crazy.
Like, I think you got to go back to that like central hub several times and like
yeah. I mean, it's
and like open up different gates.
yeah. The movement's so fast in this. It's just.
I mean, that's one of the things I love about this generation of shooter. I mean, not something that I really experienced back in the day, but like Night Dive has really been great for me to learn more about this. There was a $5 super chat from Mike Stuff.
Thank you.
Thank you. Saying, Coury, I am moving about an hour south of Louisville. Any good video game shops in the area you are aware of, or other cool places you can recommend? Louisville.
No, they have the arcade expo there. I mean, that's the best thing I can suggest. I haven't been to like any other. I'm sure there's plenty, but I have not.
I'm not sure how far Florence is from Louisville, but
it's like 2 hours. But
oh, really? That
well,
far? Okay.
about an hour and a half, really, like hour.
Well, if you ever go to Florence, what is it? Nostalgic Video Games is pretty good.
Yeah. I don't know if we mentioned it during the stream, but we went to a really nice one called Vacuums and Video Games up in Dayton.
Oh yeah,
which was like
that'll
was
be
pretty cool.
Even further, but yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like I need to go through here. I haven't been through that one.
There was also £5 from Engine UK. Thank you.
Thank you.
Saying, are you guys excited about testing your old Switch games on Switch 2 for comparison? How confident are you that they will all work or look better? I actually have several games that are on the list.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
I mean, that is definitely an aspect I'm very interested in. I'm kind of thinking about maybe doing a video like shortly after launch that's like answering questions that like retro gamers would have about the Switch 2. Like things like, how's that new Pro Controller D-pad? How is, back, and not just like retro, like some things would be specific to retro gamers, but also like just people who like are.
Oh, I do have a light. I have a headlight.
Oh.
Okay, that makes things a lot easier. People have probably been screaming,
shouting at you, yeah.
Turn on your headlight.
But anyway, like also things just like how is backwards compatibility? Like, is it definitely better? Because I mean I think that's definitely retro adjacent as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's like, it's a similar situation to, I was very curious when the 3DS came out, what is playing DS games on this going to be like? And
right.
I was very disappointed because the scaling looked terrible. I think they improved it somewhat, but like still, Like it's not as good as like having that native pixel resolution. And I just the D-pad positioning wasn't as good for those games. I didn't like using the circle pad for DS games. So like shortly after the 3DS came out, I bought a DSi XL because I'm like, okay, well this is going to be like probably the best system forever for playing original DS games.
Yeah.
So at least playing them on original hardware. So I was like, I wanted to invest in this as like the ultimate system for playing original DS games for the long haul. And the question is Switch 2 going to give you that for Switch 1 games? At least compatible Switch 1 games, or is there going to be some kind of catch where it's like especially games that I think natively target that, because we don't know for sure, I don't think, but I would suspect that when you're playing handheld on Switch 2, even though the screen is 1080p, I'm guessing you're still going to be using handheld mode settings for Switch 1 games, unless it's a game that has a patch. So therefore, it's going to be, targeting 720p or potentially lower for that 1080p screen. What's the quality of that 720p to 1080p upscale? A game that a lot of games are very, really actually a lot, especially like, again, like to tie into the retro concept, a lot of retro style games have, over the past, 8 years, as long as the Switch has been out, have targeted the Switch as their primary platform. They've like kept that 720p screen in mind and designed their game around the Switch first and foremost, the Switch handheld experience. And, so then the question is, especially for if you're playing on the OLED, like a retro pixel art game on the Switch OLED, there's a very high chance that, you're going to get a better experience for something designed for 720p on that Switch OLED versus the Switch 2. So like questions like that, like I'm kind of thinking that could be, because those are things that I personally just want to look into.
Right.
Like maybe I should just make it a video.
Just like a catch-all, like, hey, this is
a catch-all, like it, like I don't exactly know what to call it, but just like, answers, Switch 2 answers for retro gamers or something like that,
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I guess, like, we had the whole, like, when did the pre-orders happen again?
Oh my gosh.
It doesn't even feel like, it feels like a lifetime ago.
It does.
I don't even remember how long ago it was.
It was a week and a half ago, because it was like Wednesday night, right?
Right. So it was, I guess it was the day after I got back from Florida. Or 2 days after I got back.
Yeah, so it was... Yeah, so Henry and I talked about it a bit on the stream.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I hope the stream didn't die.
No, it's going for me. Going just fine.
All right. Where's this Joker at? This guy is like... Give me the runner on here. I gotta, like... Are you telling me I gotta wade through, like, literal... like rivers of poop to find them? Just hang.
What are you trying to find?
The Imperial Weapons Engineer Moff Rebus.
Oh. Rear says it'll work if Sandy shows
river of dung.
Sandy, do you want to help Coury? You want to help Coury find Moff Rebus?
And it's like these freaking things. Why is there so many Imperial Georges just coming back here?
You want to help? You want to help Coury find Moff Rebus? Come here. Come help Coury find Moff Rebus. Look, it's Star Wars Dark Forces. This is the first stream. This is the first stream with me in the co-host position on my like office computer, since I integrated the OLED I picked up.
Yeah, so that's why I saw like it's kind of like a little bit behind. I was kind of getting you can kind of see the shadow like along the very edge of your camera feed, where it's slightly out of focus.
Oh, well that's not the OLED. That's like my Tate monitor.
Oh, well, it's a monitor then.
Yes. Yeah, I had to move it over a little bit further because it was I positioned it thinking it would be in a good place for the for the OLED.
Okay. So I already did that one. If anyone has some guidance for me, what number door I should go through to get to him.
Let me see. There was also $10 super chat from KS Hickey Jr. Thank you.
KS Hickey.
Saying I remember when I first saw the Kyle Katarn portrait. Looked like a proper in-universe mercenary. The poor man's Kenny Loggins.
Yes,
the live-action version never settled well with me. Wait, what? Kenny Loggins? What's Kenny Loggins? This sounds like a story you know.
No, Kenny Loggins, he's just the guy who sings the Highway to the Danger Zone and I mean Kenny Loggins, he's not the gambler, is he? Is he a gambler? He might be the gambler.
Sandy been to the groomer? Not recently. She needs it. I've been thinking about taking her.
Nellie's going next week. She needs to go very badly.
Yeah, well, I mean, Sandy's only been to a grooming session like I've given her a bath many times, but going to like a full-on grooming, like really she's only done it like 3 times. But
wow, really? I mean, that's
yeah.
Her hair must get really it must be like super long. Must get super long, right? I mean, I don't know. It's like Kenny Rogers is the gambler, but Kenny Rogers kind of looks like Kyle Katarn too.
Yeah, but
Kenny Loggins is Highway to the Danger Zone guy.
You gotta keep in mind that your dog like literally needs grooming so that she can see.
Yes, and she goes every 2 months.
Yeah, I mean,
every 2
my dog does not need that so that she can see. But yeah, sometimes her.
I got my Kenny's confused.
I will trim some hair off of her here and there, but she sometimes a little professional shaping up doesn't hurt now and then.
Well, the thing is, like, Nellie gets so hot, like during the summer, like once it gets warm out, it's like we have to cut it so short because she gets like overheated. Just found out from a friend of ours, like had like a dog, and it was only like in the 70s the other day, and like the dog like overheated, like got real stiff, and like fell down. It was
wait, who was this? When? What?
It was a friend of my wife's. Like they have like a basset hound apparently. They were on a walk and the dog, like, it was like 70 or whatever, and like laid down and got real stiff. And luckily, like, she was able to carry the dog to the vet because they were like out walking and they were only like 2 blocks away.
Yeah.
And it turns out that it was from like heat exhaustion. It got the dog overheated, and I guess it could have been pretty bad if it was not.
That's crazy.
They weren't close. Room 2. Okay, thank you. SD Master Yoda, I appreciate that.
I see. Corpse 413 was asking how was your game room in person, and are your TV streaking issues even that bad? I mean, I had seen Corey's current room, once before 2 years ago, so it wasn't that different. But no, his GX, the GX streaks are not that bad. Most content, it's not really a problem. I can see it maybe being a problem with this game because it has like a lot of gray and brown.
Yeah, it depends on.
It depends on the content.
Yeah.
I mean, we watched some movies and I didn't see it at all during those, but I don't think you should be that worried about it. I mean, John agreed it wasn't as bad as some things we had seen. I think the streaks on my C7 are much more egregious, personally. But what was it about the live action version? Is that referring to is Dark Forces 2 has like some live action scenes? Is that what was being referred to?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, that's pretty impressive that they did that,
I hope that one does get a remaster, but I wonder if those. Oh shoot! I wonder if the live action stuff would be problematic for that.
Oh, just like whatever licenses were used.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because that's the only one that hasn't been done yet, and I'm hoping that one will happen because I really do like it.
Yeah, I hope so. Because I really like what I've played of this one. There was just now $5 super chat from Jonathan Henson. Thank you.
Thank you.
Saying new indies to classic remasters. Well, sorry.
Right.
New indies to classic remasters. Proper pixel scaling seems to be a lost art. Is there a correlation to 2000s Japanese developers struggling to adapt to HD?
I assume that this might be like a reference to like the Lunar Remastered.
Which I don't even know where those were developed,
Yeah, I mean, I assume that they're. I have no idea.
I don't know. I mean, they could be Japanese. They could be American, European, elsewhere. I have no clue where those were actually developed. I mean, I don't think it has anything to do with Japan because, it's definitely a problem and has always been a problem. With Western developers as well. I don't think it's a Japanese thing. I think it's kind of universal. If anything, I would expect there might be more knowledge about it in Japan, just because they were targeting, home consoles much more. Like a lot of Western, like the best Western developers were really more PC focused. Like Western developed console games were not as good as often as Japanese developed console games were back in the CRT TV era. So I feel like there would be more knowledge in Japan about like scaling CRTs and stuff, or like how at least how it should look, and then figuring out like, how should we do this from here? I think it's just, to be honest, I think what happens a lot of the time is, a developer for hire is, pitching their services, and, they may not necessarily be retro experts, or the particular people within the company that are assigned to do it may not be retro experts. You know,
Yes.
they could, a lot of them could be, you know, because it's a retro project. You know, you're not necessarily unless your company's specialty is retro remasters. You know, maybe you aren't going to be putting your most experienced developers. Like I could very much see it being like a hey, let's
ridiculous.
Let's put the newbie on this retro project, right? You know,
let's get some guns here.
I think it's just a lack of knowledge, honestly, about how to.
But the resources are there.
It's becoming forgotten. But, yeah. I mean, I think it's.
I mean, I've been like sort of working on something on Lunar. Like I was like excited about it at first, but like I feel as though over time I got less and less excited about it. Because the more I looked at it, the more I felt like it was super messy. And I wonder, like they gotta have patches in the works because I feel like the scrolling shimmer and like the way the text looks is it's like such a mess.
It is. It's really bad. So are you thinking of not doing a video?
I'm back and forth. I might do something. I mean, I don't know. I have not. I've been, and this has been kind of going on for a while. It's experiencing a slight creative block where I just like am not feeling super compelled and excited about a lot of things.
Well, and
I understand like it has nothing to do with like Lunar so much. It's like it's more to do with me. And
well, I mean, I've had trouble like sticking to one specific project lately as well, in large part because it's like, oh well, I wanted to do like that Retrode 4K CE video, but if I do that, then people are going to be like, well, why are you doing this? You can't even buy it.
Yeah, look at this dude.
You know.
Look at this. I just want to say, look at this guy's mustache.
Is this guy a moth?
Yeah, look at him.
Like, this guy is too cool to be a moth. Moth Rebus. Look at this guy.
Open the main menu. Oh, I can just go next mission? Yes.
Oh, already? So you don't have to go back to the ship?
No. Yeah, I mean, it's just...
But, like, people would be like, oh, well, you can't even buy it. Why are you doing this video? And, like, I mean, maybe, so that's why I'm like... I've been wavering on stuff, too, because it's like, should I wait until these things are, like, readily available to buy? So it's like, it's hard to, like, just pick a topic right now. And, so I'm trying to get better about it myself,
yeah. I mean, it's just
it sounds fun and just do it.
Yeah. I've been kind of struggling with like kind of a creative block and lack of enthusiasm, I want to say, for a little while, like where I am still able to get stuff done, but I just kind of like force it out in a way. Mm-hmm. It's going to sound so silly, apparently, probably like most people, but I bought this like self-help book and a workbook called The Artist Way. Oh. That apparently it's been a thing for like this is the 30th anniversary edition of it.
Wow.
So it's like kind of a thing that's been around for a while, and it helps people kind of like get through like this like kind of mental or creative block.
So it's like a workbook?
It's like so the thing is like it requires a lot of involvement, it seems like.
Oh.
There's like it's a 12-week program. Like each chapter is like for a week, and it has like different subjects and stuff for you to do. But the other thing that it really talks a lot about is this thing called the morning journals, where every day it encourages you to just first thing like in the morning, first like chance you get in the morning, to sit down and write in a journal like 3 full pages, handwriting, And it doesn't have to make any sense. It doesn't have to it can be like just like a brain dump. It can be stream with conscious. It's just like the idea is that it gets like your brain, like it gets rid of all the unimportant things that you think about like during the day, and opens the way. I know it sounds so stupid, probably to like a lot of people, but it's like
that kind of thought like has crossed my mind recently, like. You know, like journals and diaries and whatever, like seems like such an old fashioned thing, right? But like I've thought, like that's crossed my mind lately. I'm like, you know, like sometimes I'm just like, what did I eat for lunch yesterday? Like I can't remember.
Yeah.
And then I feel like if I like wrote stuff like that down. Like it would like, I don't know, it would just like make your life seem more memorable to you, I guess. Like,
yeah,
like
but
I don't know, like putting writing it down like somehow just like makes it more real or solidifies it more as a memory. And if you like are like, geez, like I'm not really happy with what I did today or yesterday or whatever, like that.
Well, this is supposed to be
what a waste of time yesterday was. You know, that was
Yeah.
like no fun, or it was no fun at all. Like maybe that'll make you think like, well, I want to do better today. Like I want to feel better about today. You know,
right. Yeah, yeah.
like, I see value in that.
So,
Absolutely.
I mean, the idea of this is like it's not so much. I think. Like keeping track of things. It's more just like putting this stuff, getting the stuff out of your brain.
But what I'm saying is like it could be that. Like you could use that writing process to do that if you wanted. Like I'm just saying that like that's just an example of like you know, like sometimes you can just like feel regret, like man, like this whole week has just been a total waste, you know?
Yeah.
Like I feel like nothing. Like I just couldn't get it together this week. I didn't do anything I wanted to do. I didn't do anything I needed to do. I mean, a little bit, but like it just, you know, it's so. I'm just saying, like that could be like motivation in some ways if you're just like. Looking at what you did, and you're like, I don't want to write. I don't want to have like another day where I have to write like that I didn't really get much of anything done. You know?
Right. Well, I'm just curious because I feel like writing is the part that I have the hardest time with, and like this is supposed to get the stuff that doesn't matter out of your brain and like open it up for like you never know when you're just like writing stream of conscious like how you might start forming ideas better.
Right. If you handwrite it, it could get you in like a different mental space than when you were struggling with writing a computer.
Yes, exactly.
Like it could kind of like reset it. You know, just I mean the same concept is like, you know, when you walk away from something, and then you know the solution comes to you in the bathroom or the shower. Right.
Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. Come here. You know, come say hi? Come here. No, I'm not playing. I can't play. But you can come over here. Nelly. Come here, girl. What do you got in your face?
Is it deer poop?
No, it's just like a little fuzzy. Look at how fluffy she is, though, right now. She's so fluffy. She's so fluffy. You know? It's been raining for 2 days straight, so we have not gotten out for any significant walk. Have we?
Sandy's hair always poofs out a bit when she gets a little wet.
Yeah. Not so much her, I think.
No, Sandy and Nelly have not met. I have no idea how they'd react.
Well, Nelly would get like this, and she'd get down. Like she makes these sudden movements, you know, like that's her, like, let's play. So I just got this book, and I got a journal. So I start tomorrow morning.
Oh,
so
go for it.
Gotta see how this goes.
Stick with it.
And it's like, so the other thing that it's all about is like taking artistic field trips for yourself, like one a week, it says. It's like where you go by yourself and you do something to like inspire your creative mind. It could be even something that's just like going to a movie by yourself, or like going to a museum by yourself. But it's like all about like doing it on your own, so you can. They say to like go with yourself and be there
so
in the moment with your with your creative side, and that's it.
Yeah. You know, I remember. I mean, this, usually wasn't like going by myself or anything, but. Like, I remember, back when I was in high school and me and my friends, we made our stupid, high school movies all the time. And I remember when I went on vacation, like that was when all like the ideas came to me. And like, I would, as we were just like hiking or doing whatever, like I was like formulating like an entire like movie concept in my head.
Interesting.
Yeah, and I don't really do I don't. I mean, mostly because like I'm not making like movies anymore. Like I'm making I'm not making fiction.
Right.
I'm the kinds of creative things I do isn't fiction. So. I don't really think in those terms anymore. And like I do much more like when I was younger and making, videos, like I had much more of like a process of like where I was like playing it out, right?
Mm-hmm.
And and of course these were terrible, stupid movies, but it was an enjoyable creative process, and
I think that
I had like a vision for like the whole thing, and now the kind of things I'm making now, like I don't visualize what I'm making. Like, was it you who told me that like Christopher Nolan has like no deleted scenes in his movies because he just like. He has like the whole thing planned out.
He's so thoroughly plans out the whole thing, so that there's just there's never any unused footage because he has essentially like edited the whole thing in his mind.
Well, like not to compare myself to Christopher Nolan because I
of course
I have nowhere near the creative capability he has, but like that was like. A similar thought process for me when I was like making movies and in high school and college. Is like I had like the whole, of course these were short movies, but like I had it planned out in my head. Like I knew exactly what I wanted us to do, and like what I wanted, what shot I wanted. Like I had it all in my head pretty much, and. I don't do that with the kinds of things I make now. Like it's very much made in editing now.
Yeah.
Like, even when I write the script, like I don't necessarily have like some sort of vision for like, oh, what is this going to be like? What are some little fun things I might do? Even if I do have like an idea, like I might have like a specific idea for like, oh, I want to do like some little fun sequence for this part or that part or whatever. But it's still, it's not made to like such a specific vision or idea I have in my head for a specific shot, a specific camera angle, a specific way of editing or generating an effect or something like that. Like I just kind of make it up as I go now, and I don't know. Maybe I've kind of lost a little something there with that.
Yeah, I mean, like that's made me think a lot about like how I used to do so many more like creative shots and stuff.
Yeah,
that I feel like I'm missing that. So I mean, it's a combination of feeling that way and wanting to do something. And I feel like it's. I mean, like as much as it, like we never get into this kind of stuff. I feel like the climate of the world right now is making it very difficult to feel excited about almost anything. At least for me personally, it's been very difficult to feel excited and invested in and motivated for anything. And it's like it feels very depressing and like worthless.
But you gotta do what you gotta do.
I understand. I know. And that's where I've been at, like it's where's this guy shooting at me? So yeah, I mean, like I said, people are saying, it's not alone, like I feel very much that way, and a lot of people will say, hey, this is like the time that people need to maybe need like a distraction or whatever from like the realities, but I mean, like the person who's like making the reactions are feeling that way too. So I mean, it's just, that's why I've been feeling very like, I don't know, not exactly compelled. So I feel like I'm going around in circles here.
This level, by the way, is not a level. So I guess I only played, I think, those first 3 levels when I was at John's house, because this level does not look familiar to me.
Okay.
There was Jonathan Henson was sent another super chat to clarify when I was saying that, like, if like struggling to get CRT or pixel scaling right was like because is like a hangover from Japanese developers struggling in the early HD era. He clarified saying, I didn't mean specific to Japanese, I meant the inverse. I think what he was saying is the lost is like the struggle that developers have with pixel scaling, like similar to the struggles that Japanese developers had in the early HD era. Maybe, I mean, it could be like kind of the reverse in some ways, because it was like pixel scaling is like, how do we keep the how do we keep like the old knowledge of the old way of doing things alive, whereas that was like, oh, oops, we weren't ready to adapt to like this new technology, this new HD, this new HD technology, and like the expectations of that. And I think there was like, I don't know if I'm entirely correct here, but I kind of think I kind of think that there was like, I think Japanese developers could have been ready for the HD era. They may have thought that they were, but I think Western developers were like pushing kind of for like newer technologies and things like that, and like newer things that were difficult to do on like PS2 class hardware. And so they were like, oh, we're not ready to do those things, but we need to. Like, they thought they needed to. And, the reality is, I think the Western developers were kind of pushing too hard. I think of Ridge Racer 7 a lot, and how like that game, like Japanese games could have looked and ran like that,
Find the red door and put the code. Okay, the red door. Steve Master Yoda is like is bringing the goods tonight, helping me out so much. I appreciate that.
console couch money video? What's a couch money video?
I don't know.
Do you know what a couch money video is?
I just assume it's like, you know, like the stuff you can buy for real cheap. Because things are only going to get more expensive.
And I just find like a Game Boy in the cracks of the couch or something.
You know, if anybody hasn't seen it yet, or try if you haven't seen it, there's like a Lon Seidman did a really good interview with Nick from HD Retrovision about the tariffs and like what that means for
interesting
small manufacturers like that.
Right.
And as we know, like Nick is you know, he's like this is what he does, you know, like he knows business and numbers and everything like that. And it's a very enlightening look, and it ain't pretty.
Interesting. Yeah, I'm so curious when RetroTinks, because I want to do that video. Like I was like,
I mean, it's still available in other regions. I mean, they're not going to be subject to it. It's available in other regions.
Right. But I feel like the price of the RetroTink 4K CE though is like that is the product, right?
Yeah.
Like, and if you can't say what the price is, you know?
Yeah.
Like, then what's the point of the video? Because the whole point of the product is its price compared to the Pro version.
Yeah.
And we don't know. You know what?
Well, from what we know about the, I don't know if you saw the Pixel FX email, but they're like apparently the analog board is shipping in May.
Oh, okay.
So I mean, perhaps that's a good candidate for something to do next. If we can't. Blast him.
There was also, sorry, it took me a bit to catch up here. Notification that Scott Snyder has been a member for 56 months in a row.
Dang, 56.
56. I believe Scott Snyder is the most consecutive weeks. But someone feel free to correct me if wrong. Saying good evening. May the fourth be with you. Yeah, I didn't even like I like never really pay attention to it being, you know, Star Wars Day or nothing like that, but it's like, oh, that seems like it'd be a good theme to play on for the stream tonight.
All right, so now I got the new gun. I need to find the red door.
Oh, I see. The couch money video is a hidden gem video. He says you said it on stream with Chris. Is that when were you coming up with like an alternative name for a hidden gem video? Like call it couch money. When I had the JRPG Pursuit crew on, I was playing Xenoblade X. I was reminded of how I recorded. In fact, I believe I found the footage of this not long ago. I recorded a clip of this just random NPC in Xenoblade Chronicles X named Jim.
It's a hidden gem.
It was a hidden gem, and we were going to do like a April Fool's video called Hidden Gems, JIMS. Hidden Gems. Lots of gems hidden in your video games.
So many moments of brilliance like left on the cutting room floor.
I know. There's so much stuff that we like. You remember like we early days of the channel. We came up with.
Crap.
Uh-oh.
That's all right.
Oh, you survived that?
No, I died.
Okay.
You get there's lives in this.
Oh, you have lives.
Yeah, I didn't realize that either until.
Are you quick saving or something?
I don't think there is quick saves.
So, well, but where is it? Like, where have you been manually saving? Like, where is it respawning?
I don't think that there's manual saves either.
Really? Interesting.
Yeah, I have 0 lives left now. This is my last life.
The best games we played after cyst removal.
I remember seeing that I just died again. Oh, maybe I thought I was dead there. I can find it. Ooh, I found a hidden passage.
Stop, rebel scum!
Where's he yelling at me from?
We've been talking about doing like a, best of Switch video to release as the...
Yeah, I think we're definitely going to do that. I just like the idea of it, and it's just like...
Yeah,
it's not so much a best of Switch, it's just like the things that we played on it that we thought were...
Well, best of Switch of what we played.
Yeah. Like stuff that stuck with us. And there's a lot of stuff that's multi-platform, but we played it first on there.
Right. I mean, I think there are, like, I started to make a list, and, like, both of us played, like, I feel like there could be some honorable mentions where, for instance, because we got an early review code, both of us played Monster Boy and the Cursed Kingdom
on the
Xbox. But, like, the Switch version is every bit as good.
Yes.
And it almost feels more suited to Switch. So, I feel like maybe if we have, like, a little bit of an honorable mention section, like, we can mention just, like, a handful of games that are, like, essentially just as good on Switch.
Right. It's just, it's a long generation for that system. And there's just, like, there's really so much good stuff on it that... I mean... I'm sure there's going to be plenty of people out there that like say like this is easily their best console ever, and I feel like that's an arguable point.
Yeah.
For it to possibly be like their best system ever.
I mean,
in terms of like sheer volume of good stuff to play on it.
Yeah. Although we've talked about whether some of the library maybe ought to be trimmed a little bit. I actually was like looking at my Switch shelf just the other day and like kind of like pulled out, like didn't pull off the shelf, but just like pulled out from the shelf, just like kind of pull them out, like games that I would potentially consider like, do I really need this? But yeah, there are several...
What? You want to do something where it's like, oh, it's a good way for you to like look for things that you want to get rid of on the system too?
Well, no. All I'm saying is like I was just like, I left them there just so I could like think about it later. Like I just like pulled it a couple of inches out, right, just to kind of like get a visual on like what are games I would consider. Like, and some of them are like some are ones that I've never tried, but I'm just like suspicious of. I'm like, I feel like this game was definitely a gamble, but I was curious, right?
Yeah.
So like those I would definitely try before doing anything with, but like Fox and Forests. Did you get rid of Fox and Forests?
No, I like the look of it enough to keep.
It's got shimmering though.
And it did get released on other systems too, but
I feel like Fox and Forest would be one of the first to go for me.
Yeah, I mean, you should start making a pile, man. I'm telling you, like it. I don't miss anything that I've gotten rid of.
Here's the thing: I don't have that much room for, like I'm intending to just like continue. Assuming the case size is no different. I remember before the unveiling, people were saying. There was like the case dimensions out there that people were saying that the Switch 2 cases are going to be bigger, and I've ever since the unveiling, I've never heard anything to that effect. Like, I've never heard that they're actually a different size. But like,
I assume they're the exact same size, unfortunately.
Well, I hope they're the same size.
Yeah, I wish they were. I mean, I personally wish that they were like Vita size, but I don't think that's gonna ever happen. It just like, oh, crap, not what I wanted to do.
Yeah, I mean, you could have more shelves vertically, I guess. But I see Eric saying, I think they're ugly, the Switch 2 cases. That long red band is very strange.
Yeah.
That long red band just doesn't look great. And it drives me nuts that Nintendo is so obsessed with the kind of square form factor for their logos. You know, as someone who is like...
Well, I thought it was fine when it was in the left-hand corner. But
I've talked to people who have designed boxes for Switch games, and everyone hates that square. Like, it's difficult to like make the layout look pleasing with that little square in the corner. But like, as someone who makes trailers, sometimes, I don't like that square Switch logo, and like, it has to be in the red box and stuff. Like, there is a more horizontal Switch logo, but Nintendo doesn't really like it. Like, they don't want you to use it. Like, if you submit a trailer for putting on the eShop that uses the more horizontal one, where it's got like the Switch logo and then it says Nintendo Switch to the right of it, they'll come back and say like, oh, can you use the square one? Even though their brand guidelines say you can use the horizontal one. But yeah, I don't know. It's kind of funny because it doesn't look like the other console logos, you know. So if you have like a multi-platform trailer, like the Switch logo always looks really out of place next to them. I don't care for it. But yeah, it's weird. I don't mind that the case is red. I think it's fun that it's a little different. And I think it's also fun that the cases now have.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah, I forgot that the cases themselves are red.
The case themselves are red, but now they can have like whatever color for the spine, like
right.
Or you know, the artwork from the cover can just extend to the spine.
Yeah,
it's not red, which, you know, I like them to be different in some capacity from the previous generation. It's mostly that red band that looks ugly. Otherwise, I think they're totally fine. But
if the red band was like maybe a bit thinner. Or if
they use the horizontal logo with it instead of the square one. Because it's just like, you've got this little square Switch 2 logo in the middle of that band, and then just empty space doing nothing. It's weird.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm intending to put Switch 2 games on the same shelf behind me. I'm pointing at it as if you can see it. But there's not a ton of room to expand, so I mean, you know, I might consider getting rid of a few Switch 1 games that I'm like, yeah, that one was a mistake. But, yeah, so I decided just to support, I guess, the idea of complete on card games. I decided to pre-order Cyberpunk.
Oh, interesting. I mean, I got the PS5 version. I know it doesn't have. I know it doesn't have the DLC on the card or on this disc.
Right, which that was what sealed it for me. Well, two things. Like, one, the Switch version does have the DLC on the card, and two, you know, even though, you know, I know like the frame rate and graphic settings are going to be lower than the PS5, but It sounds like it is going to support gyro aiming, and the PS5 version apparently does not. Which, yes, I know gyro aiming feels even better at higher resolutions, but well implemented gyro aiming is worth a lot to me.
I'm surprised that's not even, it hasn't been patched in.
Yeah, I mean, on PS5, I mean, I think the Night Dive here is an exception. I assume you're not playing with gyro controls because
I have some gyro. I like it like a little subtle.
Just a little, exactly. Night Dive,
but it's not super necessary. Like in some cases, if it's too much, I'll turn it off.
But. Right, but Night Dive is very consistent at. I feel like a lot of developers just don't do it because Xbox controllers don't have it, so they just ignore it because it's like, well, whatever. Like it's they don't want to deal with a feature that isn't on another console. Just one more thing to manage. But Night Dive, they're awesome at it. So anyway, like I like even if the frame rate is like worse on Switch.
Okay, that's where I need to go right there.
I feel like gyro controls like definitely offset that a bit for me personally. So I will be very interested to see how that will work out. But since I don't own any version of it, and since I know that the full content of the game is going to be on the card, and that's not the case with the PS5 version with the Phantom Liberty stuff, I feel like there was enough things pointing me toward feeling good about getting the Switch 2 version. So I'm like, I'm just going to do it.
Okay, then do it. I mean, I'll probably buy Mario Kart digitally, but we'll see. Like, I feel like day one, like there's nothing that I feel like super compelled about. Like, I'm not a huge Mario Kart fan in the first place. Like, I would only really be getting it to, just like part of the hype for it, right?
Right. I mean, I kind of feel like you should get it just because. I mean, you were planning to get it. It's just that you were unable to get a bundle.
Right.
I mean, I feel like if you're going to enjoy playing the game at all, like it would be during the hype. So, like, I kind of feel like you should get it. Because otherwise, you're not. I mean, are you playing just to have the game with no launch game, or have the system with no launch game?
I mean, maybe. I mean, I'll see. I wonder what it'll be out like just digital only that day. I'd be curious.
Well, at the very least, you should get Fast Fusion.
Yes.
That's only going to be $15.
Yes. I mean, I will absolutely.
It looks incredible.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely do that. I could be. I mean, it's weird that they're really pushing racing games weirdly hard. I mean, there's Mario Kart, Fast Fusion, the Kirby Air Riders is supposed to be a 2025 game.
I feel like that's going to be further off than that because we haven't even seen anything about it.
No, I know they only showed a pre-rendered trailer. Like that's really weird. Like I know Sakurai likes doing pre-rendered stuff for like Smash Brothers character reveals and stuff, but I don't know though. Like I feel like Sakurai, because it's Sakurai, I kind of feel like it's actually going to be on time. Like I don't know. Maybe he has a reputation for delays. I don't remember if Smash Bros. Ever had any major delays, but like I feel like Sakurai is just like the kind of guy that just has his work like so together.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's what his whole series is about. Is anybody like? How do I find the code here? I don't know what the code would be.
Do we have a Master Yoda in the house?
Yeah.
Yeah. Fast Fusion at the very least you should get, but I'm excited. I'm quite excited about Mario Kart. And I will. I'll just get. Hopefully they'll release like a more complete version.
Oh, in your menu, you can see our key
cart later. And I'll just get that for the collection. Oh, a stormtrooper carrying the code card. So you probably picked it up. Oh, Master Yoda says you have not picked it up yet.
Okay.
I wonder if it was someone that you already killed and you just didn't see it.
I just seem to know. I'm glad I know where it is on the map now, though.
No, collections are not going to be game key card. Well, game cards. They're already game cards. You know, people said like when the Switch was like, oh, you know, the Switch brought cartridges back. They're not cartridges. They're called game cards, and they are fundamentally different from like the old cartridges. Because like, you know, the old cartridges were more like an extension of the system's RAM, right? Whereas the cards load the game into the RAM. You know, and you have load times and everything. Just it's much more like a CD.
Yeah, I gotta get one of those SD cards too. The micro SD flash.
Yeah,
REX.
I haven't bought one yet because like I feel like I can get by for a while without one.
How much is it internally? 128.
100 or 256.
Oh, okay.
I mean, and I'm not like I mean, for one, I don't have that many digital Switch games anyway. I'm not like playing to download all my digital Switch games right away or anything anyway. I'm not playing to buy a lot of digital games, so you know it'll mostly be for patches and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, that's like the kind of stuff that I'm most excited about. Is like, I'll play. You should play is if it has patch day 1, you should just play Echoes of Wisdom.
Well, it is on the list of games that are getting free updates. I don't know if it'll be day 1. I've assumed
I
the
assume
games on
that
that
they
list
are.
will
Like,
be day 1. But...
same with like Link's Awakening. Like I've played the first dungeon in Link's Awakening, and that's it.
Oh, yeah, I'm absolutely planning to make Echoes of Wisdom one of the first games I play on Switch 2. Absolutely. But that's what I'm saying is like patches are like the main thing I expect to be taking up space on my Switch 2.
Yeah,
for a while.
Same here.
So
Same
like,
here,
yeah. I
They
just
drop in
I don't
price,
know.
like-
I don't really want to get. I just don't really want to get that card right now, to be honest.
Yeah,
Spending so much money on everything else.
yeah.
But anyway, yeah. I mean, it kind of depends on, like, if I end up like playing Cyberpunk right away or however that strikes me. I'm definitely taking a gamble on that Switch 2 version, but we will see.
Right.
It looks like a PlayStation button, PlayStation Circle, doesn't it?
It does a little bit, yeah.
But hopefully the game key card concept
There it is.
doesn't sell well.
Well, I
and
mean, it's
Nintendo
probably
will
too late for
open
them to abandon it, though. We're probably stuck with it.
Well, yeah, but like, hopefully Nintendo will open up more sizes of cards to be available to developers. I think the biggest problem is that they've only got the 64 gig option realistically.
Yeah, and I wonder if they're gonna
if
they're gonna expand that later, because I just feel like it's gonna limit a lot of people, or you know what, they probably just don't care.
We'll have to see, but I want to say it was VGP who already said like
They're gonna do it. Yeah,
they're already in talks with like publishers of like, hey, like if you want to like have the retail presence and get your key cards into store, cool, but like like we will help you make real physicals, and like apparently they're already like talking to interested publishers. So
Why is that?
I'm unsure what the physical situation is going to be on Switch 2, but I think there's some cause for optimism. And you know, if there's fewer physical games on the system, then money saved for me.
That's not what that looks
You know?
like. It is like a 3. So, like, just looking at that, it's like it looks like a 3, but it like does not look like a 3 on the card.
Oh, yeah. There was a $5 super chat from EB Chill too.
Hey,
thank you as always. Whoa, that light going down that corridor.
Yeah, it's pretty neat, right?
There he is. Stop him.
I don't know what that looked like on original PC. Anyway, EB Chill 2 says, has anyone played Xbox on their LG TV with the Xbox app yet?
No, but I thought about it.
Yeah. Do you have to have like? Do you have to have Game Pass?
I don't know.
So. Well, how would
It uses like the X Cloud or whatever. I don't know if you need to have some
Like
sort,
how-
right,
if you
some
don't
sort of
have,
Game
like-
Pass. Yes,
you have to have some sort of Game Pass, or else they wouldn't let you play the games. Period.
right.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have any kind of Game Pass right now. My C1, I do not connect it to the internet. Is that only an LG app thing? Do they have? I mean, they have other apps.
I don't know.
Do they have them for other TVs? I don't know. This is something I don't pay attention to at all because I have no interest. Like I just have no interest in that. Like if it was like right there and available for me to like try out just to see how bad it is, or like I guess I could be surprised by it, but even if it ends up being a better experience than I expected, I'm just like, there's no way. I when I tried the PlayStation Portal at your house, I definitely felt the lag, but the picture was not as bad as I thought it would be. Like I mean, actually, the picture was fine. And you know, there was every now and then there was like a little like, you know, frame pacing issue, but not as bad as I expected either. But still just not for me. So
There's no like the reason I got it is so that I could play my PlayStation 5 in bed, two floors up in the same house. That's the only reason I got it.
Which is, you know, something I wouldn't even consider doing. So
right.
So it's not for me. But
yeah.
But
for me, like I'm not sitting there playing. It's not like I'm playing like, you know, Street Fighter 6 on it or something like that.
Or Claire Obscure.
No, I played Claire Obscure on it, and I thought
really?
and it was I did fine with the parrying and stuff.
Oh, okay. So you gave me your PlayStation Portal box, but I guess did it not have like a PlayStation 30th anniversary?
No, it did. I kept my PlayStation 30th anniversary one.
Oh yeah,
Monty wanted spent his Christmas money to get himself one because he wanted to be able to play Fortnite in his room.
I see. So I was like, oh, that's kind of lame that the 30th anniversary Portal didn't even come with.
Yeah, it definitely did. I kept the box for it.
I see. I had no idea Monty had one.
Yeah. He just wanted to he wanted to play Fortnite in his room, and I couldn't get I don't know, like, rather him not use the 30th anniversary one.
Oh, of course not. Jin Coil is asking, what makes this remaster exactly? Are there textures upscaled or something? I mean, I don't think especially. But I mean, it's just making it formatted more for play on modern platforms. You know, the controls are, you know, updated to work on, you know, controllers and have some nice features. I mean, I don't you know, I'm not looking personally for like huge visual changes. I mean, I think they change how the lighting works and stuff like that.
Oh, I see what I'm doing here.
These night dive games are always
I
intended
get
to
it.
be pretty close to the source
I
material.
get it now. I understand what I was doing.
Which is what I want. You know, I want the original experience because these are games I haven't really played, and I you know, I want something that is accessible but, you know, true to the original.
Yeah, well, someone was saying that this, you know, like getting inside this base here and then doing this, like this does feel very much like Obi-Wan sneaking around in the, in the Death Star.
Yeah.
The way you gotta.
Yeah. I mean, you know, there's some people saying like, oh, this looks boring. You know, derivative level design feels like 1995. I mean, that's, you know, I did not play games like that. I really wasn't interested in first-person shooters when they were really becoming popular and in their infancy with stuff like this. But I have personally found in recent years with these Night Dive remasters, like this is actually what I really like. Like I like this more than modern first-person shooters. Like I like kind of the speed of the action.
Yeah,
I like how
but I'm
fast
kind of
you
feeling
move.
like this is
But-
you can move fast, but you should not.
Well, you got to be careful. Like, I like how games of this era, you know, kind of mix, you know, navigation challenges with, you know, sort of, you know, puzzles and finding your way. I know it might seem boring to a lot of people, but I actually find this kind of exploration of like a 3D space to be very satisfying. You know, I really like just kind of like finding my way in this space. You know, each level, you know, kind of has its own little sort of concept, and you know how you know, get through it, and how you know, go to this place or that place, and you know, in a way that almost seems more thought out sometimes than a lot of modern games, because they really had to think about like, how are we actually going to pull this off, like, because your technology was so constrained. And I feel like there's a lot of thought that was put into kind of these level designs and kind of achieving everything they wanted to. Like I like that, you know, from my perspective, like, yes, the action is fun, the action is fast, but also in a lot of ways I feel like shooting is almost secondary. Like, it's not about like, oh man, you know, I pulled off this sick headshot. Like, it's it's about more than that, you know?
Yes.
Like, because that's never interested me. Like, you know, pulling off cool unlikely shots in a FPS, like, that's just never compelled me. Like, that's never, like, I'm you know, I'm not here to watch your multiplayer highlight reel. Like, I want to explore a place. I want to explore it, figure out how to get through it, and, you know, deal with the challenges that come along the way.
Right.
I found this era to be very compelling, and I've been surprised, honestly, by how much I have, you know, come to like the so-called boomer shooter.
Yeah, I don't know if I would consider this well, maybe it is. I don't know.
It is of that era. You know, that great is like 1 foot high. There's like no way you're getting in that.
It's like laying down.
At least that's how it looks anyway.
I just don't know how to get out. I need to refresh myself on how to get out.
There was $5 super chat from Matthew. As always, I have to decipher the emoji. Saying in a galaxy far, far away, maybe this world won't be destroyed twice. I got the $60 Coury Mini arcade stick. Just okay, in my opinion. Maybe upgrade to Mayflash F700 later for $170.
So that Mayflash, to get the more expensive one, has just become a $230 one.
Ooh.
Because he just got, you got one that you weren't sure you're gonna like it, or the $60 Coury Mini was I don't know. It depends if you're thinking about getting that Mayflash one first and decided, well, I'll just get the Coury one and maybe it'll be just as good.
Mm.
You know how it goes, where you think.
Yeah. I had tested it out a little bit, but on Monday I had my first actually sit down for hours on end using the Neo Geo, the 8-bit Do Neo Geo CD controller.
Oh, you used it on something?
Yeah, I mean, I had tested it out before, and I liked it more than I thought I would.
Yeah.
But this was the first time I actually seriously sat down to play properly play through a game with it.
Yeah, what'd you play with it?
Drum and I, and we're going to finish it tomorrow on the stream. We're assuming we're going to finish it because we're pretty sure we were at the final boss or the final boss sequence of Metal Slug 4.
Oh, wow.
The hardest thing I found about using that controller was just if I want to aim up and not move left and right as I'm aiming up, finding that straight up sweet spot.
Yeah.
But Metal Slug 4, I mean, how can you follow up Metal Slug 3, basically, right?
Yeah, and it's just from after 3, everything is diminishing returns.
Yes. I mean, it's actually pretty surprising how tame it is compared to Metal Slug 3. There's just not a lot of crazy stuff going on, honestly. It almost feels like a prequel. I mean, maybe it is for all I know. I don't actually know what the story is, but it almost feels like a prequel in some ways because it's it just doesn't really go anywhere. It just doesn't up the ante in any way. It feels like it's I don't know. It's just it doesn't do anything crazy at all. But it's good.
It's fine.
It's fun enough, but Metal Slug 3 is just a masterpiece.
Yeah. I mean, they all are, up to that point, I think.
Yeah, but, Metal Slug 3 just, goes totally nuts.
And it was I mean, at least at the time, it seemed like it was a number of years between 3 and 4. Because I wasn't sure if they didn't know if they could do it. I think that it might be a different team also that did.
Yeah, Frank Borst is saying Metal Slug 4 is made by another developer, which I thought was the case.
And they're just reusing a lot of sprites and everything. They're just.
Yeah, but there's a lot of things that you would think they would have reused that they didn't. So
look at that ship. The wings aren't even attached to it.
Oh, that's funny.
Did it? Oh, we got an FMV too.
Yeah. What? That is one area that is actually remastered. Like the FMVs are redone, but like in a way that feels of the spirit of
Yeah.
the original, like of that era. There's also some like kind of artwork cutscenes. Like there's like in the beginning, there's like a sort of a story scene of like Vader talking to some Imperial general, and like that they have like an up-resed or redrawn version of that scene.
Got a whole. Looks like a straight on like action level. It's good.
I guess it saved between levels, I assume.
Yeah.
This red level is making me think of Doom.
Yeah.
But so in Metal Slug 4, the attract mode has this scene in it where you can like I think like a scientist like zaps you with something and you turn into a monkey, and we have no clue where that is in the game. Because like there are a few branching paths, but we've checked out the ones that were obvious anyway. Like maybe there's like a hidden. There must be one that's like kind of a little more hidden.
Whoa!
That we couldn't find because like that location is just not in where we have been. Well, that looks kind of crazy. Whatever you've got there.
Yeah, it's pretty serious.
I wasn't expecting to shoot like almost like a BFG looking shot, right? That big green ball. Like I was expecting it more to be like a grenade launcher or something.
Yeah, it's got a. I don't really like the look of it.
It's a little strange.
It's like is there a reason why this gun has to have 4 barrels on it? I don't know.
I mean, I guess it doesn't really affect your aiming.
No.
Because you're still like aiming with the dot in the middle.
That's where I came from.
Well, Vanessa says you have alternative fire modes too.
Yeah. Okay, so that one shoots all 4 at the same time.
Was that kind of a new concept?
At the time, I don't know.
I feel like the first time
I'm certainly not an expert.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like by the first time I personally ran into a game that had like alternative fire modes was Perfect Dark.
Oh.
You know, I wasn't really playing
An exploding barrel.
PC shooters. I mean, I might have played. I may have played a little Dark Forces 2 on my cousin's computer back in the day. Can't remember. Definitely played some Star Wars game other than Knights of the Old Republic. I played a couple hours of that on my cousin's computer back in the day, which was like my first exposure to the concept of Western RPGs, period.
Oh,
Like,
really? Yeah, in a lot of ways.
Like
I was thinking about playing that at one point tonight too, but because I've never. When I tried to play it on the Xbox, like originally, like I did not understand it, and I feel like I would understand it now.
I feel like it would be a hard game to play on stream.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah, I just remember being very confused. Like it didn't play like a Japanese RPG. And I was like confused by like the like stat system and stuff. And like when my cousin was like, "Oh yeah, it's like got all this, classic RPG stuff, and you like allocate your skill points and stuff." I'm like, "Huh?" Like, I didn't even know about D&D. I don't think I even knew about D&D at the time.
Yeah, I mean that's something like I don't really know too much about it either. And,
Right, but like I don't think I'd ever even heard of it. Like, I mean, the
I see.
idea that like RPGs were not a Japanese concept was foreign to me. I did not, I mean, ultimately, Japan kind of borrowed the RPG concept, adapted it from, American RPGs, and very much made it their own thing, right? But at the time, oh, that's not lava. I thought that was lava.
I thought I was dead too.
Uh-oh. Master Yoda is leaving us.
Uh-oh.
Good luck figuring out this level. Heading to grab dinner.
I appreciate your help though.
Yeah,
Benicera is here though too, so
it's so funny to think back though how I just like I did not know about that. Like, I just didn't know about, because they were mostly a PC thing.
Yeah.
And I, not only did my family get computers quite late. We didn't have a real computer until 97. Like, the computers we did get were crappy. Like, I did not have a computer that was really gaming worthy until like 2002 or no, like 05, 06. Like, when I played Oblivion, I told the story, a little bit of that story last week. Because I was really tempted to get an Xbox 360 around launch. Tempted again when Oblivion was coming up. And but ultimately I wanted a better computer so that I could do 3D animation on my computer more smoothly. I was preparing to do a big project like my last semester.
Mm-hmm.
So my cousin helped me build a new computer. That was the last time I needed help building a new computer. I watched my cousin do it several times. So I was like, oh, okay.
You felt pretty confident?
Then I felt confident. And but then I had some ATI graphics card. I can't remember what one it was, but it was certainly good enough to play, Half-Life 2 and Oblivion.
I feel like this level makes a lot more sense than previous levels. Stormtrooper was like, what? Where is he? Where is he? Just killed him. Dumb stormtroopers. Idiots.
It's kind of interesting how in Andor, it's like a while before you see stormtroopers.
Yeah.
Like you really spend a lot of time kind of seeing kind of the lower levels of Imperial security, and then it kind of ratchets up over the series.
And it's kind of cool, I think. I think it's really it explains more about the Empire than you'd ever knew before.
Right.
I feel like I need to make that jump, but it's also kind of. I'm gonna die if I go down there.
Oh, it looks like there's a little ledge.
I know, but I don't know if that's too far or not.
The ledge doesn't look bad.
I've always said Andor.
I think that's probably right.
Cassian Andor.
Yeah, that's probably right.
I do gotta watch like those. For some reason I thought that was every other week. There was new episodes coming out, but it's weekly. So I haven't watched 4 through 6 yet, and then
Well, that's
7
that's
through
why I'm
9,
caught up
so.
to the same place you are, I guess.
Yeah.
Vanessa, I think the Revenge of the Sith in theaters thing came up on the stream last week. I think Henry Clark went. I didn't know about that until I saw people in our Discord like posting that they went.
Yeah. I mean, I offered to take my son to it. He was like, "No, I don't really want to go." And that's fine because like I think that I've only watched the entire movie exactly one time.
I've seen it
all the way through.
I've seen it a couple times, but I have not, for whatever reason, other than, obviously the prequels came out, so I watched them, one time each. Well, actually, I saw episode 7. But 8 and 9 I only saw once. But, like, aside from that, aside from the new stuff that has just come out, like, I have not revisited episode 1 through 6 since college, for whatever.
How do I gotta get back to the ship now? Yeah, I mean, I can't. I don't know. Like, I watch those. I've said it repeatedly on the stream before. Like anything other than the original series, like what is this? It's like a Terminator.
Whoa. He's got a thermal detonator.
Dude, you better get me out of here. I think I just finished off a Dark Trooper. I don't want to find out if there are any more around.
Okay, Kyle. Sounds good.
It almost feels like a secret boss.
She's like, okay.
I think you were supposed to run into him.
Yeah. It's like, I think I just ran into a Dark Trooper. She's like, okay, Kyle. She's fine. That's fine. No big deal. You're fine. You didn't die, did you? You're fine. That's I'm gonna go through here. How do I get out of here? Is this place on lockdown? Oh, you gotta ride that thing up to the top, I wonder?
Oh.
It'd be very cool if I just need to ride that all the way up to the top to get out of here, but I hope that's the case. I guess we'll find out.
That looks right.
I think it's the only way I can go.
Yeah.
No, maybe not.
Scott Davis says, Star Wars The Third Gatherers. The backstroke of the West. Google this. Thank me later. What? It sounds like something I will regret Googling. But I will do it right now.
Do I gotta go all the way back down? I guess so. That's the only other option I can think of.
Wait, that didn't take you at the top?
It does, but it doesn't go all the way out. No, I don't. I mean, I literally don't care about Vader saying no. Like, I don't know. It's just not. Does nothing for me. It's the equivalent of.
I really
Groundhogs
enjoyed.
in
I really enjoyed
Indiana
the prequels
Jones
at the
4.
time. Like, I think I was the right age for.
Yes, exactly, and that's really what's happening now. Why it was able to do so good is because it's just like the people that are the perfect age for it, or were the perfect age when it came out. But I was not.
Right. Like, I had only just like really gotten into Star Wars like right before. Like I saw the original version of Return of the Jedi on VHS. Like, that was the first Star Wars thing I saw. And that was like 96.
Yeah.
And then like I had seen like bits of the movies in passing, like on TV, but like never watched them. Just never really thought about it. And I was just like a gathering with people, and like Return of the Jedi on VHS was put on. I was like, oh, this is pretty good. And you know, so it was weird watching Return of the Jedi first, but then like I watched like an off TV recording of episode 4 and 5 that my uncle had, and then like the special editions came out like very shortly after that, and then episode 1 came out not long after that. So I think I played not like all the way through, but like I played with friends Shadows of the Empire, like bits of it, like I think before I even saw episode 4 and 5. Like, I'd only seen Return of the Jedi. So it was definitely a weird way to get into it, but like I think just the fact that I got into it like right before the prequels came out, and I was a few years younger than you. Like, I was the right age for it.
Yeah.
It was like I was the right age, and it was the right time for me. Andy, what's wrong?
Where am I going here?
What's wrong? What you being fussy for? Hmm?
I mean, I've said it before and many times, but I saw Return of the Jedi opening night in the theater. It's like one of my earliest memories. So is there something? Okay, so do I gotta do? Does that make it so it opens? No.
So, Star Wars: The Third Gathers, The Backstroke of the West, is a bootlegged version of Star Wars Episode 3: Revenge of the Sith. The bootleg contains hilarious English subtitles translated poorly from Chinese. Due to the language barrier, many of the words and phrases were translated either literally or with alternate meanings.
Oh, okay. So that's yeah.
Most likely, the broken English is the result of being machine translated twice from English to Chinese and then back translated from Chinese to English, which introduced many phonological translation errors.
Yes, I remember this. That's like the episode 3, like the Chinese subtitles, right?
That's what it sounds like it is.
Yeah.
It does sound amusing. What's wrong, Sandy? Do you have to go poop or something? You have to go poop. You didn't poop earlier when you should have. Is that your problem? Hmm?
Nellie's just conked out over here.
Are you going to
She might be snoring.
make Coury have to entertain these people alone?
I thought, well, we'll be okay.
Are you going to be that dog, Sandy? It makes Coury have to do that? Rude. All right.
All right.
Come on, let's go.
This level has a lot of fighting in it, though. It's kind of nice. I'm concerned about my ammo a little bit. I guess I get all these. I thought about streaming it on the Twitch channel, but it just like has not happened. Every morning I've been playing Natsumon, which is like the spiritual successor to Boku no Natsu-Yasumi. It's like the same director and everything. And I've been doing one in-game day per day. It takes about an hour each morning. It's pretty fun. I thought like, oh, I should totally be streaming this, but I got a doctor's appointment tomorrow, so I can't do it tomorrow. Has anybody played Natsumon? 20th century summer kid. But it's pretty relaxing, you know, and you just, I made it a point to go into it completely blind, and I'm not looking anything up, because it's more fun to just kind of explore and see what I find. Oh. How many levels are in this? I feel like these games are always pretty long. Oh, there we go. Did it? Oh, we got another FMV also.
This contemptible excuse for an officer will no longer divulge any more information to that rebel, Kyle Katarn.
Katarn will not be as easy to deal with. He is very resourceful. More resourceful, it seems, than even your Dark Troopers.
The Dark Troopers.
Lord Vader. Katarn was once an impressive Imperial officer, but he was weak.
When does this take place
on the struggle for our new order.
narratively?
I wouldn't put much faith in his abilities. Katarn will
Between
never come near this
Empire and Jedi?
ship. My new hire will see to that.
Oh, we got... Yep, it must be. We got Boba Fett. Oh, it was Crix Madine.
Oh, Crix Madine? I remember that guy.
I remember that guy. He has, like, definitely the most, like, 70s looking haircut. Like...
Yes. He looks like, what's his name? I'm drawing a blank on the My Python guy. Graham. Something that like... He looks like the guy's King Arthur in My Python.
Yeah, he does. He totally does.
Who also looks extremely 70s. In Rogue Squadron.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's like Crix Madine. He's like he's a major player, and I just think it's funny when they say Crix Madine a lot. Like
in Rogue Squadron, like one of your main mission, like a major mission, is like when he actually defects.
Yeah.
So I've not like fully evaluated yet like how I feel about this, but so behind me you can see where I've had my Game Boy games on this.
Is that bookshelf back there new also?
What?
You have another bookshelf. Like, maybe it's just like the different angle.
Oh, that's been there a while.
Oh.
I mean, I've actually had that bookshelf since I was a kid.
Oh.
But it was at my parents' for a while, but I don't know, I probably brought it here 5-6 years ago. That's been there for a while. But anyway, I've had these for a while. I don't particularly recommend it. I had to modify these towers too much to really make them work for Game Boy games, and it's really a big pain when I get a new game and like having to move the whole stack down.
Yeah,
it's a bit of a pain. So I'm really out of space, really. As it is, I had to move Game Gear games off. So I've been looking at like some other options, and a discussion about this came up a few weeks ago on our Discord, and someone was doing some Googling and discovered that a lot of storage containers designed for tea bags is a good size for Game Boy games.
Okay.
So I found on Google, these.
Oh, yeah.
And like, they're clear, they slide out like this. Unfortunately, Game Boy cases are too wide to fit in here, and Game Gear games are too wide.
Well, you've seen the thing that I have. It's similar to that. That's just like the thing I got from the person, like Blue Shell or whatever.
I'm drawing a blank.
Man,
it's a drawer?
It's perfect for loose Game Boy games.
We're keeping everything in a big bowl.
What's up?
Oh, Mr. Do was just bringing up a joke.
This thing here.
From the Black Loggery streams. Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's just like...
Right. And I have looked at 3D printed things. I've looked at 3D printed things for Game Gear games, too. I might actually do that for Game Gear games. But anyway, yeah, I've not really had time to like fully evaluate, but I got multiple, like I bought a bundle with multiple of these, and they're modular.
Yeah.
So like
do they snap together kind of?
Yeah, so I can like make like a stack of them. Like, rows and stacks of them over here is what I'm planning to do.
Yeah. You're going to get rid of the spinnies?
Yeah, I mean, I'll miss having all of the games like facing forward, and I'll miss having them in their little individual, clamshell cases. But I have no room to expand Game Boy, and I love Game Boy. What are you doing? You're being disruptive. What are you doing?
That's cool. Yeah, I mean, I feel like the spinners are neat.
They're just really inconvenient.
Yeah.
It's really difficult to add new games to and keep them organized on it. And like I said, I had to modify them a bit to actually make them work. Sandy,
shoot at me, buddy.
I want you to look at these people in shame because you did not poop. Yeah,
Maybe
I
she
took
just
you out.
maybe she doesn't need to.
Yeah, but she shouldn't be trying to get my attention during a stream. Yeah.
Surrender immediately.
Not being on your best behavior.
I'm using the generic MIDI for the music. I don't know if that's what I should be doing. or not.
Versus, I guess the other one is like Roland emulation or something. I believe the problem, like there was a problem with the music emulation.
Oh yeah, well it's got to be fixed now because.
But I think it has been fixed. Yeah.
I don't think there's any patch for the disc version.
Right, I think it comes that way. What was that? $2 super chat for the love of the game. Dogs are like ghosts; they act arbitrarily. I don't know if I've heard that about ghosts necessarily. Sandy is certainly acting arbitrarily right now. I gave you time to poop, Sandy. All you did was pee. I don't know what you're going on now. I don't know what you're going on there.
Alright, so where am I going here? I feel like I'm making good progress now. I'm kind of getting into a zone with the game, but you gotta take it slow.
Sandy, what is it?
And she's only doing it because you're reacting to her.
Well, yeah, I mean, I tried early on ignoring it, after Gate heard it just doesn't really work. Like when she's in pester mode, she I don't know, she just doesn't get out of it without being entertained in some way. No, Rears, those old nail polish stands. I'm still using those for my Hue cards, but I have too many Game Boy games to really do that anymore. Those are great. You see them at conventions all the time. I mean, to my knowledge, I originated that idea. I think whether the sellers know it or not, like they probably saw sellers do it who based it on seeing that video that we did with Dave.
Yeah.
And then, other sellers are getting their idea from sellers who saw that. Because I see it all the time at conventions and at game stores. That's a Triforce original.
I gotta go down here, but I'm afraid if I drop, I'm gonna die.
Sandy. If I take you out to poop, will you poop?
Probably not. It probably doesn't have to go.
You normally don't act like this during streams. Usually, let me get on with it.
Yeah, well, the bean's just over here asleep. She's just...
Well, she sleeps more than Sandy does, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I think I tire her out during the day or in the morning. Ooh, there we go. That's what this does.
Do you need to poop? Do you need to go poop? Is that what it is? Gonna make Coury entertain the people by himself again?
Oh, we'll be okay.
Let's try to go poop, okay?
We're working our way through it, right? Aren't we, chat? We're working our way through the level here. Little by little. Is the stream all choppy for you? I need the red key card. Can't believe I don't already have it though. I like that they have those things just driving around in a way that, you know, they are meant to only for you to kill them. Whoa! Whoa! Stop, rebel scum. Oh, they're mines. That's what those things are. My headlight on. No. Oh, it bounces. It bounces. Look at that. Oh, and there's that key card I needed right there. Making some honest to goodness progress here. And an extra life. To only immediately lose it. Because of those cannons, but... Is anybody else playing Claire Obscure Expedition 33? People are freaking out about it. I'm like 15 hours into it. I like it a lot. I perhaps don't like it as much as everybody seems to. I think it's very good though. I don't understand. Oh, that stupid thing that makes me... Shields are on, and it's just bouncing the shots back at me. It's gonna take me all the way back up to the top. I mean, I think it's really good, but yeah, I mean, it's not. I mean, I think it's very good. I'm not shitting my pants over it though. to be perfectly honest with you, I thought I got the key card. I don't know what the last game that I did. I don't know. I don't know what the last one that that happened. I mean, it's good. It's good, but I mean, I recently put it on story difficulty because I don't want to be like super involved in every single random battle, or not random battle, like every single battle you fight. I don't want to be like that involved. I don't mind doing it with, like with bosses and like, working through an area, but I just don't want to be that hands-on with like using 4 different buttons. Okay, I passed the door for the key card. Okay. Is it not down here, right? I mean, the battle system is really cool, and all of the, I like, is that it down there? No, I've been this way. The middle level, okay. Right next to the elevator, okay. So this should be the middle level. Oh, that's really hard to see. Jeez.
Ooh, okay.
All right.
Sandy did a big old poop.
All right.
Just took a little time.
Takes a little time sometimes.
You know? You know?
Yep. Whoa, look at this thing. This thing looks like...
Whoa. It doesn't really look like anything.
Oh, it's a grenade launcher, though. I don't know. It looks like almost like a... I don't know. Like... It's almost clownish looking.
Yes. Yes. It looks like it's like a stuffed animal balloon.
Yeah.
Launcher. There was a super chat from Dad1153. Thank you again.
Thank you.
Saying favorite Star Wars games. Me, Episode 1 Racer and Racer Revenge. You know, I do see a lot of love for Episode 1 Racer. And I mean, there's a few versions of that game, right? Like there's an arcade game and there's like...
Yeah, dude, the arcade game is so good. It's so good. If you never had a chance to play it, it's unfortunate because it's like the arcade game is just so good with the way that it controls.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Well, I've only played the N64 version. I had it back in the day. Actually, I have it again now. I believe it was Mr. Do actually who sent me that along with some other N64 games. But I did not like that game back in the day. I don't think I've revisited it. I didn't really like a big part of it for me was the fact that there was just no music during gameplay, and that just like really took a lot of it out for me.
Yeah, I could see that.
Like I would actually put like, Star Wars soundtrack CDs on while playing the game. It wasn't the same. I bet the Dreamcast version's a lot better, but I had the N64 version. I did not really care for it. but I do see love for that game now and then. But I think the arcade game is just like, it's a completely different game, right? It's like not even the same courses, right? It's just totally different, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know if it's more than one level.
I mean, I don't even know if the Dreamcast version is different from the N64 version. I think they're basically the same game. So yeah, Star Wars Racer would not be it for me. For me personally, I mean,
Yeah,
I really like Shadows of the Empire. Like, you know, like I said earlier, that was like kind of my first Star Wars game. Like right around the time I was like just even getting into Star Wars. I still think it's got some really interesting level design, especially Gaul Spaceport. Like I think Gaul Spaceport is just like one of the all-time great video game levels. Period. Like just how it unfolds, and like you get the jetpack during the level, and man,
what's his name in the main character? Is it Dash Rendar?
Dash Rendar.
That's like we need to have like a real like hot sounding character. Like it's got to have like a real hot sounding name.
He's like definitely a Han Solo knockoff.
Yeah.
Like his ship is very similar and stuff. Like, yeah. Dash Rendar.
And I never even played it. It's just like that's one of those things that.
Really, you've never played it?
No.
I think it's pretty good.
But like that's definitely a name. I don't know how I retain this information a lot of times. I mean, we've talked about that many times. Like I don't know how I retain.
I don't think you should be ashamed of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like Shaz. You know, it's weird. Like, as a big N64 guy, I want to say this came up recently where I was talking about like Banjo-Kazooie. I'm like, Banjo-Kazooie's like good, but like that is like one of the N64 games that's like universally considered one of the must-haves.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, it's good. Like there's a few N64 games like that where it's like, the system that is very divisive, but there's like a list of games that people unanimously consider like, or near unanimously consider like these are the must-haves. And like Banjo-Kazooie is one of those where it's like, yeah, it's fine. And I feel like Rogue Squadron is also considered like one of the all-time greats. Mm-hmm. Like one of the great N64 games, like one of the ones that everyone can agree is great. I'm like, yeah. I'm not a big dogfighting fan. Like I just don't love how that feels to play in games most of the time. Like how you have to like, you have to be like aiming ahead of where the enemy's going to be. Like the way you have to like maneuver to like turn around. Like it's okay, but it doesn't click with me in a way where I'm like, oh yeah, that's my thing.
Yeah, I love Rogue Squadron 2, but I want to say probably my favorite.
Rogue Squadron 2 is like, I think it's a big step. It's a big step up. Like that Rogue Squadron 2 is, I do think that's really good. I think I like it more than Rogue Squadron 1 by a large margin. And back in the day, like I don't know if it really holds up, but back in the day, I actually liked Battle for Naboo more than Rogue Squadron 1. But
like outside of that, like probably an unpopular choice, but probably the Star Wars game that I played the most. It's probably the first Super Star Wars.
Yeah, I don't like the Super Nintendo games. I've given them several chances. And,
I think the first one's real good. The second and third one, they were perhaps a bit too long for their own good. But I would really attribute that first one for like getting me back into Star Wars when I was a teenager.
I mean, I can't even get out of Jabba's palace, and Return of the Jedi just feels so messy to play.
Yeah, I don't know. I just really like that. Like especially like the first one. The second and third one I could take or leave them, but that first one I think is really good.
Yeah. You know, I wouldn't necessarily say it was like.
Where? So is Chris McDaniel? Was he in those detention cells that I did not see?
Is this what's going on during Rogue Squadron 1?
Maybe.
Like is Dash Rinda or Kyle Katarn in the building doing all this stuff like to get Crix Madine out?
That'd be kind of cool, wouldn't it?
Yeah, like
some real synergy.
Yeah, you're like Luke or Wedge or whatever outside. I don't know exactly when this takes place. But...
There he is. Blast him. Shoot.
Mr. Sensible says Super Star Wars was made by Factor 5, right? I don't think so. They did Indiana. I know they did Indiana Jones on Super.
Yeah, but not. Yeah.
I don't know if they did any of the other Star Wars games potentially. I'm pretty sure that they did Indiana Jones.
Yes, they did the Indiana Jones Greatest Adventures, but not the Super Star Wars games.
But you know, I wouldn't say it was necessarily like the greatest game ever or anything, but I did enjoy generally Jedi Fallen Order. If not played Survivor yet, don't have it. But I did like that. Like this kind of sounds like a backhanded compliment, but like I liked how it felt like a GameCube game.
Wait, which one did?
Like just
the Fallen Order.
Jedi Fallen Order. Like it just it just felt like a GameCube game to me. It has like that Metroid Prime style map, and like the you know, the level designs felt constrained in a way that felt reminiscent of that era. Like yes, the pathways were built with like more geometry visibly, but the actual pathways were pretty simplistic. Like it felt like an old-fashioned kind of game that was like exactly like, even though like it's got some Souls inspirations, it felt pretty old school, and it felt like exactly the game I wanted to play at the time I played it. Like it wasn't necessarily amazing, but it was the right game at the right time, and just hit me right at the time.
Oh, I got.
Oh, really? Survivor is $20 right now?
Yeah, I saw that at Best Buy.
Is it like on sale specifically?
Yeah.
Ooh,
I had the Xbox version for some reason, but because I think I got it for $13 at Meijer.
Oh yeah.
But
yeah, I will buy that right now. That's a good deal. Free shipping? Heck yeah.
Unlock this one.
You're saving $33.
Yeah.
Wow.
Trying to like only stick with Best Buy for buying my games right now.
Said there was only one copy for pickup, so I just did. Delivery. Not like I'm actually going to play it right away. That's cool. Thanks for the tip.
Let's open this one, I bet.
I was looking at the demos on PS5, and I saw that I guess sometime relatively recently there was a demo put up for Star Wars Outlaws.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I didn't play very far into it, but I was not feeling it, I have to say. Like the thing that annoyed me the most was you have this little like creature with you.
Yeah.
And like it felt very clunky to like for things that you had to like direct it to like go do. Like you direct it to go do this thing, you have to like hold a button to tell it to do that, and then like it does the thing and you like have to do something simultaneously while it's doing that thing, and it felt mechanically very irritating.
Interesting.
Like I just didn't really like how the controls felt. One thing I will say though, like have you ever even seen like 40 FPS?
Mm-mm.
Like, cause you, like, I mean, it's not easy for you to have that set up right now.
Right.
With like your 2.0 receiver. Like I have never, like I've like tinkered with 40 FPS modes in various games.
Yeah.
But I've never like played through a game in a 40 FPS.
So are you doing that with something?
No, but I was trying that mode on the Star Wars Outlaws demo.
Yeah.
And you know, I thought it was pretty neat. Like if I had that seemed like a game I wanted to play, like I feel like I likely would have chosen that mode. But like it's sort of surreal. Like it almost breaks my brain because it's just like something I'm not used to seeing. Like it's this is gonna make absolutely no sense. I don't know if anyone else like has this reaction to 40 FPS, but like it like simultaneously like feels like obviously like choppier than 60, and at the same time it's just like so odd looking that like my brain almost like thinks of it as like faster than 60. Like it's like it's I can't explain it. Like it definitely looks choppier than 60 for sure. But it's just like it's so novel that like my brain is like, ooh, this looks different. It's like kind of cool. Like I just don't know how to explain it. But like
I mean, I should.
It looks weird but cool. Like it looks weirder than
I could
you
run
would
it like
think.
a direct connection and do it that
Yeah.
way.
Yeah, just to see it. Like I don't know. It's weird, but it's cool. It's cool. I actually don't know what the current state of Jedi Survivor on PS5 Pro is, I want to say DF said that
Oh, jeez.
it improved with some later patches, but I think it turned out okay. Yeah, Henry Clark says it's pretty decent now. I know I watched the videos on that, but I just couldn't remember what the... I remember the initial Jedi Survivor patch on PS5 Pro was not very good. Because like the PSSR did not play nice.
I can't even tell what's happening. Oh, my last life now. The what about PSSR?
It's like this has been seems like sort of a trend. Like certain ray tracing effects, like it kind of bugs out with certain ray tracing effects.
I mean, here's a serious question: Is there an example where like? Is there like a single example yet of like PSSR actually being good?
I mean, I think Final Fantasy VII Remake is the main example.
Because
like,
all I ever hear about it is like it has problems with it.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's getting better this year than it was early on. Apparently, it's quite good in Stellar Blade, yeah. But I mean, FF7 Rebirth, I want to say.
I'm saying that as somebody who has a PS5 Pro, you know, like it's just, I feel like everything I hear about it's like it's got these problems with it.
Yeah. I mean, I want to say that the DF conclusion on FF7 Rebirth was that it was actually sharper than like the quality mode. However, you still got to contend with some of the lower graphic settings from the performance mode. So like, you know, like there's still like a lot of like grass pop in and stuff like that. But
I know there was a Returnal patch, but I mean, I wonder what extent that they're using PSSR for some of this stuff.
Yeah, I do want to. I do want
like,
to take a look.
It's just using the additional power to like have a higher resolution.
I don't know if it's PSSR or just a
higher frame rate, but like not.
I haven't looked into it. I would like to try that out though, just out of curiosity. Because, I mean, I thought Returnal looked totally fine, but if I recall, it is like a 1080p game. They keep the resolution kind of low for all of the crazy particle effects and stuff like that. Oh yeah, Assassin's Creed Shadows is supposed. I don't know if it uses PSSR though, but apparently the PS5 Pro version is quite nice. I mean, there are I think a lot of cases where PSSR is not used, and you know the PS5 Pro version is still the best console version, right? But it does seem like PSSR certainly launched with some problems. I don't know if it's getting better. I mean, I'm not playing the latest and greatest games right away very often, right?
Right. But because I mean, like with Alan Wake, it seemed like they patched it like 19 times, trying to like get it right, and every time it would break them in a different way.
Oh, I didn't actually know that because I remember the early coverage was that it had issues on PS5 Pro. I remember DF covering that, but I didn't actually know that it'd gotten a bunch more patches.
Yeah, I feel like there's new patches coming out like every like 2 or 3 a week. They're like trying to like tweak it,
try to dial it in.
Yeah, and every time like they would do it, and then it would like cause another problem.
Well, but I guess PSSR is like not necessarily even the point because not every game uses it. The PS5 Pro version still ends up being the best more often than not. However, I was kind of wondering if the Xbox version of Oblivion remastered could potentially be better than PS5 Pro, just because it sounds like all versions have performance issues, and Xbox just flat out has better VRR.
Mm-hmm.
So it seems like the Xbox version could potentially be a fair bit smoother than the PS5 version.
Oh, yeah. Oh. All right, I'm going to try this other code here. So I got code 1.
I get so nervous because whenever you pause the game, it defaults to abort mission.
Yeah.
I'm sure it asks to confirm.
I'd really like to finish this level, but...
Yeah, docked VRR on Switch 2. We're kind of in the dark on that one for a little while here. Although, I could potentially be getting ready to go to Best Buy in exactly 1 month's time.
Oh, wow. That's that close, isn't it?
Yep. June 5th.
Yeah. It's like, I feel like weirdly, like, I mean, I've said this before, like, I just feel like weirdly, like, unexcited about it.
I mean, you've said that about every launch for many years.
Yeah, but I mean, I feel like this case,
Well, I mean, if you don't, if you're not that excited for Mario Kart, like, there really isn't much there for you,
Yeah.
That's just the truth. I mean, it'll be interesting when they do their. I mean, I'm assuming they'll do like a June direct. Like they'll probably have like a E3 season direct. Because actually, isn't Summer Games Fest like the day after the Switch 2 launch? I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I wish it'd mark what the red door is.
So, because I mean, Nintendo always holds their cards close to their chest. You don't. I mean, that's been their trend, for a long time at least. So, who knows? I'm sure they've got some interesting stuff yet to release this year. I'll tell you what, though, that Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment, which is an amazing idea for a game, by the way, but I'm sure it could really utilize some docked VRR. So I hope it'll be a thing. Because I think the frame rate in Age of Calamity was just like, even for a lot of people who are normally not like frame rate sensitive, that game was like a step too far for them. But I loved that game. I thought it was just fun to play. Frame rate may have not been great, but I really enjoyed it. So I am actually excited for that new one because I think that's a really great concept. Seeing Zelda's side of Tears of the Kingdom.
Vanessa, is this what you're talking about?
Hmm?
She's just saying go back to the elevators and search around the columns. Oh, I gotta go up to the top. Maybe I can go up one more floor.
Yeah, Age of Calamity, Bayonetta 3. I've still not played Bayonetta 3. I kind of was waiting for Switch 2 for it. But, we really just have no idea the extent that unpatched games will get a benefit. I mean, that was casually mentioned offhand, and the developer review were like, "Wow, we did find that there were cases where sometimes games played better on Switch 2." But
I hope it's a situation where, like when the PS5 came out, like everything just like works basically better.
Yes. I mean, PS5 backwards compatibility was, people were not optimistic about, because Sony was really downplaying how good it would be.
Yeah.
Because I think like one of Marc Cerny's early comments was something along the lines of, it was like, "Oh, well, we tested the top 100 PS4 games and they all played great." And we're like, "Oh no." Like that does not sound promising. But yeah, it ended up being in some ways better than Xbox backwards compatibility, because the jump in teraflops, to the extent that even matters, but in this case it matters a little, the jump in teraflops between PS4 and PS5 was a higher multiplier than the jump in teraflops from Xbox One X to Xbox Series X. And therefore, since PS4 Pro games were generally targeting like a lower resolution or something on PS4 Pro versus Xbox One X, the settings were not quite as ambitious for PS4 Pro versions. And therefore, there are several games that Xbox Series X didn't 100% smooth over from Xbox One to Xbox Series X, but they do for PS4 Pro to PS5. So, but yeah, so Sony really, for whatever reason, they undersold the backwards compatibility big time. So we'll see to what extent that is the case for the Switch 2. If a lot of that compatibility list could be solved. I mean, I like a lot of the games are like retro compilations and stuff.
Yeah. So I wonder what that means, though. Like, is it just
it's like emulators being emulated, right?
Yeah.
And in some cases, it could be like, I don't know, but the one game outside of that I remember owning that was on the list of not currently playable was Alien Isolation.
Yeah, which is weird.
It's very weird. Very very impressive game on the Switch though. Like it does not, like, I know that game has PS3 roots. Like you can play it on PS3 and 360. But like something about the look of that game just feels perfect somehow. Like it just captures the feeling of the movie. It just feels like you're part of the movie world. Like it's very impressive. Very, very impressive. So I don't know if they were like doing something crazy with it. Because if you remember, the DF verdict was that in a lot of ways, the Switch version is actually better than the PS4 version for Alien Isolation. And I think it looks incredible. It's a really beautiful game.
Oh, I see. Okay. So I was doing the right thing. I just didn't.
So wait, what?
I didn't. I figured it out. I was doing the right thing. I just thought that there was. I was just waiting for the flashing to. I didn't realize it was flashing.
So you think Crix Maydine's just going to be like standing there like that one cool guy? And all of his like glorious 70s-ness?
I hope so.
I hope so too.
What's that doing? When I do that, what does that do?
Can you interact with those lights behind it?
No. I want to destroy this. I'm so afraid. Like,
No. Oh, you've got plenty of thermal detonators.
yeah. I was picking up full belts of them. Hoping for an extra life, though. Yeah, I have like 15 belts.
15 belts of thermal detonators. Like,
When I do that, I don't know what that's doing, though.
like Leia and Return of the Jedi.
I mean, they make it seem like one thermal detonator is like a big deal.
Yeah. I mean, but I mean, it hadn't really been portrayed before at that point, right? It was a new thing, right?
Oh, I see. Okay. Right.
In this game, it does seem pretty small, but yeah, it seemed like it was going to like blow up like that entire room at the very least. Because he's got a thermal detonator.
Okay, so now that happens. Oh, geez. I'm very scared that I was going to die there.
You look like you're gonna. Wait, smoke in Mortal Kombat 3 can blow up the Earth?
Oh, yeah, it's a fatality. The fatalities in MK3 are so stupid.
In a good way or a bad way?
In a bad way.
Oh. Okay, I need to look up smoke
There it is.
destroying the...
No, it's stupid. He just like...
I'm looking it up.
I just like lost my last life, too.
Oh, no. Okay, here we go. I'm watching it. Okay, he drops a bunch of bombs. Wow, that the animation was not. There was really no animation to it. It was just like globe and then pop. It was just gone.
The fatalities in MK3 are. I've always felt that they're stupid. Where they just, it's almost like they ran out of ideas of like how to make them like ultra violent. They just made them stupid like that. There's one where like Jax like gets real big and then it like stomps on somebody. It's just stupid. Well, I'm not doing that level again. It's after 11. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, fair.
I'll do it on my own time. Look at how weird that looks though, spinning with the sky. How it just scrolls, it doesn't spin.
Oh yeah. So, did you play in the options? There's an interesting setting for like perspective correction or something like that.
Yeah.
Like originally, like everything was like just vertical lines. Like no matter whether you looked up or down.
Right.
And it looks kind of cool, I think.
I look at the software rendering.
Oh, I think is that it? That might be it. Is that
No, I mean that look at it looks weird like that.
right? But like the angle saver, it does look weird, but it's kind of neat. I think
It is.
it's kind of neat.
Oh, that's kind of cool too that you can just have the original textures. Enhance sprites, crosshair. Let's see. Field of view. Oh. Get real close if you want to. That's not so bad. And go way out. What's this gonna look like?
Oh gosh, feels like you're going into hyperspace.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Oh no.
You know,
Oh,
it's
I
just
hate
real cool they give you that option though.
I hate it. Oh
Yeah.
gosh, this is the worst.
I didn't turn off the head weave because I just felt like the gun moving around like that. It was just maybe it's not so bad. It's more realistic looking, I guess.
Yeah.
I kind of prefer it not having that on though.
But you know, I like that Night Dive gives you all these choices.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I kind of just want like the little dot.
Ooh.
Oh, you can have, there's all kinds of different types. Oh, I kind of like
That's
that one.
cool.
You can change the colors and everything. That's cool. Like they did a good job.
Yeah.
Well, I think that'll do it though. I think that'll do it. I hope
That was fun.
everyone has a wonderful week. Thanks to everybody who donated. And take care of yourselves out there.
Yeah. I think it's going to be normal streams for a while, hopefully.
Yeah. I don't think I have to travel. Like I got to travel like late June, but I think that's not on a weekend. I think it might be like a Monday or something. But anyways, thanks so much, and we'll see you next week. Take care.
Good night.
And good night.